Hey everybody, it's me, SSG.B, just checking in with y'all today. It kind of came to my attention that a lot of y'all, you see me on Facebook, you see me on Twitter, you see me on Instagram, YouTube, maybe you even see me in person, and you think, hey, there's the Army, blah, blah, blah. Well, I just want to let y'all know I'm more than just a pretty face that is, trying to sell the Army. I'm an actual person. I've been doing this for 18 years. Just thought I'd share a quick story with y'all about me so y'all understand where I'm coming from and why I enjoy what I do. For those of y'all who aren't interested in happy endings, you might want to scroll to the next one. Or, if you're a communist and you don't support what I do, guess what? Don't waste your time. Spoiler alert, it's a happy ending, and it may cause you to make spur of the moment decisions that will further enhance the rest of your life, and perhaps you join the military or make some other good decisions. So to get started, 18 years ago, like I said, is when I joined. I was a junior in high school, coming up on my senior year. I knew this was for me. I do have a background, military family per se. My father was not in. He was medically disqualified, but that's a different story. I had a grandfather who served in the Air Force and a grandfather who served in the Army. So I had my choice. I chose the Army. I knew the Army was for me. I chose Army Reserve for starters. I do not regret my life choice at all. I came from a middle class to lower class family, not really like upper class. Didn't have a whole lot of opportunities unless I created them for myself. My family was supportive, so I had that going for me, and I had two parents that both had a job and I had a roof over my head. So this is not going to turn into a sad, sap story about my childhood and where I came from. I just want y'all to understand me as a person. So I made that decision. My junior year of high school, I actually went between my junior and senior year. I went to basic training in the summer. However, once I got to reception, I did not have enough time left by the time they finally processed me through to complete basic training. So I got to go to the first week of basic training, and then I was returned back home to complete my senior year of high school. So yeah, got to go through Hell Week twice. That was fun. All kidding aside, I have met some of the best people in my life while in basic training and active duty training. So I came back, I completed my senior year, went back to Fort Leonard Wood again in the year of 2000. Got finished completely all the way through this time. That was a life-changing event for me. The wake-ups at 05 and, the drill sergeant walking up and down the hall, blaring the alarms, and, all these things seem strange to civilians, but honestly, when you're going through the whole experience, it shapes you as a person. These are great things. It's physically demanding for a reason. It helps shape you into a good soldier. And these things will also be good building blocks for the rest of your life. There's a reason the top 500, the top 500 businesses and things in this country look for people like that. They look to hire veterans, people who they know are dedicated and committed. So back to me, I deployed in 2003. I supported the 3rd Infantry Division. I was there in Iraq from 03 to 04. I was with the 489th Engineers. It's a great group of guys. That's an Army Reserve unit there in Central Arkansas. So came back home. Fortunately enough, I'd only lost one friend in that particular deployment. I came back home. I spent another 10 years before I had my next deployment. In that time, I continued to develop my personal business on the side. I was in the Army Reserve, so it was a good opportunity, 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year kind of thing. Everybody who is in the Army Reserve knows that should you wish to make an additional commitment, that's a good opportunity for you. So you can either do as little as the 1 weekend a month or 2 weeks a year. I had a millwork business, my father and we had developed that on the side. In 2013, I went on my second deployment. I went to Afghanistan. Again, that was with the 489th Engineers, then called the 704th. But in between that time, I actually met my wife in 2003. Happy, important fact there. She was a member of my church group that had, sent me a letter while I was deployed, and things kind of progressed from there. So 2007, we got married. So by the time my second deployment came around, things had changed for me a little bit differently. A little bit. By the time 2013 rolled around, my wife's going to kind of kill me for this. We had 3 or 4 kids at that point. So my concerns were different. So I've been deployed as a single soldier, my first deployment, and then deployed, as a married soldier with a family back home on my second deployment. Thankfully, my second deployment was less of a front lines deployment. For those of y'all who know me, y'all know that I served as the battle NCO there in our Tactical Operations Center on my second deployment. And again, it was a different group of guys. At that point, we had seen several people who had decided that, it was time to retire, or military life was no longer for them, and they had progressed on to greater things. So different group of guys, not necessarily better or worse, still had great experiences. At that point, I had also started working on college a little bit. I started my college back in 2008. So, the military has never been a regret for me. Yes, I've had some low moments. It's been a continuing commitment, and with any continuing commitment, you're going to have your highs and you're going to have your lows. So that's just life. I have gotten a lot out of it, and I don't regret a single thing that I've done with it. Do I wish I would have made some better choices earlier on in life and got the ball rolling on some things and possibly gone active duty sooner? Yes and no. If I'd gone active duty sooner, I think it might have affected things in my personal life that I would never have wanted to change. At this point in my life, I'm active duty, actually a recruiter right now, and I get the opportunity to go out and speak to individuals on the day-to-day basis and share with them my great experiences. I'm a combat engineer. I don't regret that decision. It was the only MOS that I've had the entire time I've been in the military, until I became a recruiter, of course. That was a decision that I made at 17 years old. Honestly, I went in and I met with Sergeant First Class Pennington, and it was a video he showed me. For those of y'all who don't know, you might want to pause the video and Google what a VHS is. That's what they showed me, and the video looked awesome. So I made my decision at that point. Hey, that's what I want to do. I had scored high enough on my ASVAB. For those of y'all who don't know what that is, find me on YouTube. I've got loads of videos about it. I'd scored high enough that I could have any job that I wanted in the military, and I had options. So I took that opportunity, became a combat engineer, and got out. For those of y'all who are considering joining the military, I recommend that you do as well as you can in school, and that way your military options are, not certain that more diverse is the word, but there are more options available to you. The key thing with me as a recruiter, I get the opportunity to speak with people, but I try and push that the key to a successful military career, getting the most out of it, making it work for you and what you want to do after your military life. If you're thinking, hey, the military is a stepping stone to get me into one of these Fortune 500 companies, what I want to do afterwards, go ahead, consider what you want to do afterwards, what the requirements for that job are. Maybe even talk to some people in that field, what they recommend, and see what they would have done differently. And then look into the military and what jobs it has to offer, what its benefits are, even if it's the Air Force, the Navy, the Marines, whatever. Examine your options. Make the most of it for yourself. I have made the most of this for myself, and I enjoy every day of it. That's why when I get up You know, every morning I'm a recruiter. I get up, I do my PT, I come to the office. You see me all over Facebook, YouTube. I do YouTube on my weekend time, okay, guys? It's on my time. That's how much I enjoy this. I wouldn't peddle this product if I didn't believe in it. That's a big thing for me. I would not push this so much, and I would not give real testaments to people if I didn't believe in it. If it was a failing product that I didn't believe in, I wouldn't be up doing this. I get up 0600 every day, and I'm not going to bed till, you know, like 2300 at night, because I'm thinking of ways that I can help people. I honestly have this book here. It is Ideas Become Things. It's where I write my YouTube ideas. I write the comments and the feedback I get from you guys, and it's how I continue to develop things on my channel and push the Army. That's my job. I get paid for it 30 days out of the month, you know, 365 a year. But honestly, if I'm not helping people, then I as a person don't feel like I'm doing my job. So hit me up in the comments. Feel free to find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere. If you happen to be in Birmingham area, hit me up, 256-625-9161. Man, if you guys have any questions, like I said, just get in touch with me. I welcome your feedback, and I will answer it as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.